What's going on, guys? Game of the week here. A little bit of 2-2-1 action. We have Senio versus Betroit. Game is started. Just going to try to get this on the mic real quick. Try to get this up live. First drive is started already. Betroit is working his way down the field, mostly running the ball from what I've seen. I'm going to just test out the sound to see how it sounds with the background desktop noise. Give me 1 second here. I'm actually going to cut the stream for 1 second.
Establish what they wanted, the running game. And guess what? They also got their lead guy running it pretty well, too.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70, Cowboy 80. Let's go.
Now they'll look to Willis to pass it here.
Oh, there was an interception. Sorry I didn't get that on tape. I can go back and replay it real quick for you.
All the way back to the 30. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw.
It's a good thing about YouTube, guys, man. You guys who use Twitch can't do this on Twitch. See what happened here in this play. This isn't live. I'm just working it right now. I'm gonna make the link live. He just ran a little crossing route, got picked off. Looked like it was some sort of zone blitz. 3 deep, 3 under. Nope, just dropped. Shoot, he's actually dropping 8. Gotta look at that coverage. One thing that Senio is going to do is going to give you some different coverages. He's very good at mixing his defense up, giving you different looks. All right, so give me 1 second. This is going to be on the background. I'm actually going to mute my mic to see how this sounds and to make the link up live for everybody in public. Hold on, I'll be right back.
Trying to prepare for this one because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football. But at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Here's a 2nd and 5. Throwing is Hurts. And that's out to the flat for Swift. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And that will bring up 3rd and 1.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
A yard all they need, but it's 3rd down.
All right, I just turned my mic up a little bit. I haven't still made this public yet. Looks like 3rd and 1, a little dive play gets eaten up by the Seahawks defense. Good D right there. 4th and 1. This is going to be a big situation right here. We're going to see if the Hawks are going to go for it here. I mean, the Eagles are going to go for it. He is, of course. Little Z close. Going to tighten in the backfield here. Let's see what Betroit's going to try to do to try to stop this. Gets into a cub look. Got the backside backer blitzing. Doesn't like the look here. Timeout offense. Big play here early in the game. I know some people are probably watching the stream live. If not, you might go back, later on and watch this, guys. Appreciate everybody who is a part of this league. We're in week 17, heading into the postseason here in a couple days. All right, we're going to go with a little tray formation, 3-by-1 nub, classic. He's going to pass it, throw it to the flat. Didn't cover the man to the flat. Gotta have flat coverage, man. I think he had some sort of blitz where the guys were just misaligned. Certain blitzes are not good versus that formation. That formation is one of the toughest formations in Madden. You gotta have a plan for, I think that's pretty much what, Trey Y flex. Gotta have a plan for Trey Y flex, man. All right, let me get this live here. I'm gonna test the sound out real quick. I'll be right back.
Go for it on 4th down. And okay, forget the field goal because that looked like an easy 3 points. Yeah, you might have had a defensive breakdown in there, but they pressed the issue and found a way to get it into the end zone. Give them big credit for that.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Keyshawn Nixon now from his end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled it to 20. Here's the Seattle.
All right, sorry if you had double talk there. I was just testing out the sound real quick. Let me get back to live over here.
So now it's kind of time to start over.
Yeah, it certainly is. And
It should be live. Looking at it on my screen. Let me post this link real quick into the chat.
In this case, I noticed his linemen around him kind of patting him, saying, "Let's go, big boy. You're still our leader."
Now 2nd and 3. Now Willis to throw. And complete to Smith and Jigba. Well, whistles and a stoppage here. Looks like one of the Eagles is in some discomfort out there. And not what you want.
Somebody got hurt. I didn't see who it was.
Staff is going to check on him.
Let me go back and take a look real quick. We'll see it. I don't know who got hurt, actually. Let me go back. I don't want to go back too much because I want to stay live as much as I can. Sweat got hurt, or Sweet. Let's call him Sweat. All right.
That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group,
I got it on 3rd and 10 right now.
They'd easily move into the top 5.
Big down here for Betroit. He needs to try to keep this thing close. Don't want to let it get out of hand. He needs to get that home field advantage to his favor. Little scissors combination throws the check down. Oh, did he get it? Almost. 4th and 1. Yeah. I don't know. I think that was good. I mean, he had the neutral route. Looks like it was a scissors combination. Looks like that was pretty much locked up. He had the shallow, but then he kind of threw it to the running back. Used the shallow as like a blocker almost. He didn't really block anybody. Was the problem. So anyway, you know, check it down. See if you can get some yards in this game. You can get yards on check downs. You can get first downs, man. Especially with that little killer juke that everybody loves to use. All right, so that was a big stop right there for one of the best teams in the league. I saw some people in the chat talking about that his defense is simple. Somebody said that about the Eagles' defense is simple. I'm not sure. Maybe I read that wrong. We got a cover 0 blitz here coming, boys. I'm not sure why the Seahawks are bringing this. Oh, it's DB0. Okay, so the alignment versus that 4x1 formation, it's really kind of stressing that blitz. The coverage is not really strong. The blitz is coming from too wide. It's not really affecting it. You know what I mean? If you're going to blitz it, you might as well just bring it from a tighter formation. Like, shoot, you come on in base defense if you really wanted to. But whatever. Play action. Little play action, controlled passing game, little flat route, flood combination. What do you guys think about having the last play call back? You know what I'm saying? I think it's good for the league in general. It helps out people who may not know what they're seeing. It puts us a little bit more on an even level. You know, like I feel pretty good that I think I know what most route combinations are just from looking at it before I see the last play call. Little screen play, tight end screen. That's one of my favorites. That hardly ever works out for me. Good job by Senio getting that first down. Good play call there. I've always thought about using like the tight end screens. For me personally, I stop using it when I'm on my own side of the field. Because if they get busted up, you're in first and you're in 2nd and 20. Well, that's really 20, but you're in a bad situation. I like to use it like midfield or on the opponent's side of the field. Here goes all. See, this is the one thing I always talk about guys that run cover 0 and make it obvious. They don't make it obvious, man. But it still works, man. It still works sometimes. I don't know if he's trying to set him up, but every time Betroit's coming out in an all-out blitz, he's not trying to disguise it. It's just there. So most people are going to have some sort of check down, or I'm not check down, an audible play. you know, to go against that look, but, you know, whatever. Little halfback base, gun, one back power, gets a couple yards.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job.
You know, everybody who's watching the record for the Seahawks, now he was on vacation for, I don't know, in this league, he probably missed like 4 or 5 games. So he's a guy that's on the same level as any of the top players in this league. So anybody who's watching just need to understand that his record doesn't reflect his skill. Little empty formation, bunch empty. Always tough to defend when you have Jalen Hurts as the quarterback, because he can easily run if you drop everybody out of there. There we go. He just ran, just called it. There we go. That was actually a design run, if I'm not mistaken. I think that is a QB draw.
Now that was a designed run. Now remember, if a quarterback goes feet first, he's protected.
Design run. That's something, man. Personally, I don't know. I'm not that good to do that. I probably would have called the pass and then look for the pass and then ran and scrambled if I needed to. But again, that's the thing here. If he can mix in, if Betroit can mix in looks like this, that looks like cover zero, but it's not, then he's in good shape using that big nickel over G package. That can do that for you. Some of those coverages look like cover zero. So if you mix those two together, then you're cooking with gas right there, you know?
As they've got it with a 1st and 10.
All right, my fault. Let me look at the live commentary chat. I haven't been there in a while. Saw Plex. Plex is in here, undefeated. Rams team. The Rams being undefeated would be something special if he wins the Super Bowl. Goes the double move stick route. Stick nod, wasn't really open, kind of forced it in there. That would have been an amazing catch if he would have caught it. You like the previous play off? I know, you know what I'm saying? Like some people do. I know as a commissioner, it makes it a lot easier for me to at least scroll through games and see if there's any tendencies. The thing about previous play, you can actually make it live if you want. Like you can call a certain defense. People aren't going to really know if you make changes to that defense now, right? I can change up assignments. I can do certain things on offense. Obviously, you can make audibles, right? So I can come out in 4 verticals and I can change it into a drive route if I really wanted to. So you can always take it to the next level. So people might start relying on it, looking at it a whole lot, and it's not really what they think it is, you know? But it's good for me as a commissioner to know if somebody's repeating a little bit too much or breaking a rule, you know what I mean? Little 3 buzz action, throws the flood into coverage, should have been intercepted. Definitely got confused on that play there. I don't know if there was pass rush in his face, but he kind of forced that ball. I've actually used to love that route back in the day. It just takes so long to develop that flood combination where the guy works inside like an inside C route, then comes back out. It just takes so long to get open. And then that play right there, 3 buzz was a perfect call versus it.
And I think they have to be happy about the way they moved the ball in these first 2 drives. They have to feel good about their opportunities.
I got to look at, I'm always curious about how guys use their settings. I'm not sure what the Seahawks are using. On that one, the way, okay, that was just 3 buzz. I'm looking at it. See, now that's where the last play comes in. So that was just a pure zone drop, and that guy just did a nice job on his curl drop, the computer, and got to a good spot. All right, let me just see something real quick. Yeah, they used to show the number of hot routes, man. In some of the leagues I was in, we only had, it was either understood rule or it was just kind of like a rule in some leagues that you can only make 2 hot routes. And you know, the bad thing is that when you make, there goes the RPO special, everybody's favorite play. Everybody's favorite play, if that makes any sense. But if you make a protection change, that used to count as a hot route too. And I don't think that should count as a hot route. It should be like a different thing. I'll be right back.
Either fellow receivers or offensive linemen, that makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Detroit needs this, man. He needs this drive.
On the give here, Charbonnet.
Good run defense. Just a basic blast play didn't really work.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of
I think he ran right into the blitz. I think that was the backer that was blitzing off that side.
on the 36 now. Here's 2nd and 9. On the option, it's
Option play.
And he'll push forward to the
Eagles defense is tough, man. Probably one of the best defenses in the game, if not probably the best defense in the game. Just because it's, you know, it's good on all levels. Linebacker, D-line, DBs, corners.
Still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Here we go. Start.
The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare.
If we can limit how, I mean, we can, yeah,
down.
it'd be nice if it was one of the options, right? Classic play right there. This play is always money. I think he was in cover 3. Yep. So, yeah, that's going to be a tough one, man. You know, it's almost impossible to stop that play unless you probably take somebody out of, like, the deep zones and try to get up and use some stuff there. So him being in hard flats might have actually hurt him there because that hard flat guy just took the first guy to the flat out of the backfield. Anyway, 2x2, little RPO action. Love to hear what people got to think about RPOs, man. I think that's one of the things that makes this game, people that base their offense off of that on 1st and 2nd down, especially, or even on 3rd down, 3rd and short, kind of forces your hand to have to either user the RPO bubble or have to play man-to-man all day or some sort of man. I know, like, on my channel, I've talked about different ways of doing it, of defending it, but it's tough, man. It's tough. It's tough when you got to think about that all day. And then have to defend regular offense as well, you know what I mean? It looks like the Seahawks are going with a lot of these mesh crossing routes, short drags, things like that. Not deep crossers like the short crossing game or this this half right here. Here goes the deep cross right here. Oh, we're gonna get a super slant here. I always talk about this. He's gonna force it. Nope, that's bad. Probably should have just ran with that one, man. It's always easier to look at the game from this side here and say what should have happened. So I love when people watch games, including announcers in real life. He should have done that, but I think he was waiting on something to open up. I don't like that super slant, man. That's something that, you take a slant like he did on the backside and make that thing go all the way across the field and wait for it to get open. Not a fan of that. I'll be honest. Just because I say I'm not a fan of something doesn't mean it can't be done, guys. So don't take it personal. Just my opinion. Oh, the RPO. Is it that hard to defend in the real life? Yeah, it's hard, man. It's really hard. It's easier because you can tell one guy, like you could tell a quarter flat defender or a cover 3 curl flat defender to watch that, you know, that's your guy, like that's your area basically. But obviously the run fit has to be accounted for somehow, some way. So they're going to put people in conflict, and the only way you can try to like take care of that conflict is have some sort of plan on defense where somebody can help out. Somebody probably from the deeper end, a safety, has to come down from deep and help out in either taking care of a bubble or taking care of a run gap. And then now all it does is just turn the game back into just 11 on 11. And a good quarterback can make somebody wrong. You know what I mean? It's option football. But it does force the defense to have to play really disciplined, which is hard to do every single play. Oh, fumble. Oh, my goodness. I don't know who that offensive lineman is, but he just made that look real easy. Like he looked like a shortstop. Just, oh, let me just get this. Thanks. This game is crazy, man. Wait, hold on. Am I crazy? Wait, did the ball go back to the defense? What the hell just happened? Hold on, I'm looking at it on the replay over here. That was a fumble. I thought the offensive guy got it. Okay, interesting. That's kind of glitchy right there, man. That was glitchy. I mean, it was a nice hit. I'm surprised the defense didn't get it, but the game gave it to them. Let me see what's going on in the chat. They talking about that?
The ball on the 30, here's 2nd and 4.
Okay, I mean, shit. I slept in this morning, so I'm a little groggy, but that just happened, right? That just happened? All right. Okay, looks like Senio got a 4-leaf clover. Forces the crossing route across the field.
sure that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you told the defense you're trying to stretch.
That's something that I want to talk about some more. I'm going to do that on my Patreon. Let's talk about cover 6 coming up here this week before Christmas, and how it could be a good defense for certain situations. Here we go with the Betroit cover 0 on 3rd and 4. Again, trying to take care of that. Ooh, somebody got smoked. Poor throw. What do you guys think about the poor throws from these quarterbacks in this game this year, man? Everybody gets it, even good quarterbacks, man. I've noticed. I mean, a good quarterback's going to get you a lot more completions. You can throw it a lot better, obviously, because they have ability sometimes, but there's a lot of missed throws deep, which is, I think it's kind of good, but it seems a little overdone. They need to just turn it down just a tad, man.
That's taken on the 25.
Just a tad.
It's a 45-yard punt, 6 yards on the return, and it'll be Seahawks.
Yeah, so many guys do audible break a play. You're right. I mean, some people, you know, they have their own way of playing. However, they got introduced into Madden. They might have been on YouTube. They might have just in practice mode, lab it up, as people say. And they break the play. I don't mind audibles that actually make sense. You know, you get a guy that presses you, you put him in a fade. You know, the route combination's not done well by Madden for whatever reason. You know, a stick route is not done correctly, so you put somebody on an out. You know, something that makes sense with real life. You know, when you take stuff and you just say, "Hey, I'm just going to try to add an extra crossing route in here by taking a slant and making him go 60 yards across the field to turn it into a deep crossing route," that's when it gets kind of crazy.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score.
I haven't had a good. I can tell you right now, it looks like I like to talk defense. You guys know that I'm a defensive guy. A lot of cover 0, obviously, from Betroit, the Seahawks. Haven't really got a good feel for what Senio's been calling. Let's see what he called in this last one. That was 2 invert. Pretty good disguise there, obviously. Could have thought it was cover 3. I have a huge problem with this too. When I play, I just give up a lot of yards on scrambles. People get confused in coverage and they just run. I got to have a plan for that going forward. But I know historically Senio was a lot of cover 4, cover 6, a lot of match coverage. Hit him with the zig route.
Takes us just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. That is now 19-yard gains on back-to-back plays.
Yeah, wide open door going to the defense. That is aggravating, man. Really aggravating.
And that helps the cause as well. Good yardage.
It's funny though because interception numbers are down because I think defense, they do drop the ball still enough that, you know, they drop the ball a lot more than they have in past Maddens. So I've seen interception numbers a lot lower than I've seen old Maddens.
And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2.
We're in a 2-minute drive here. This is a big series right here, at least to get points on the board somehow, some way. Touchdown would be great. That looks like Palm's coverage right there. Doesn't cover. The back was not covered by the 3-receiver hook player. He was just standing there. Not quite sure why. It was actually trap, 6 trap, but it still plays like Palms. To cover 6 guys, you guys know that plays like Palms to the 3-receiver side. I'm going to go back on that real quick since we got a little time here. Was he user in the guy? So this is the Palm side. Yep, that's his user. That's his fault right there. It's a user error. And then who is this guy right here? I guess this is the 2-vert player right here on this side. Oh no, he dropped the guy out. That's a defensive end, whatever, spy or whatever. Yeah, that's the user fault right there. That's a 3-receiver. Got to take that guy. Safety's going to take that number 3 crossing across the field, going deep vertical, and then that's the 3-receiver hook. I mean, that's the whole thing about playing that coverage. It allows you to really play strong underneath on check downs and things like that. But he was protecting himself on a potential crossing route going across the field, in his mind probably. Big score there by Seattle. Hope I can get this whole game in, guys. I got something I got to go do soon.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there.
He's going to try to get a score before the half. A little no-huddle action.
Get on out for the half.
Little 2-man.
They'll keep it on the ground again here.
Yep, wide open. Good play call there. One Robert press.
Use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
You guys in the 2-2-1, I'm gonna have some exciting announcements coming up here pretty soon. We're gonna have a little bit of something to help out the offensive line coming up for next year, especially during that preseason time. I know that's really unfair that we already have a rule that if you draft a guy and he's a 75 plus, that he can be in the first round. In the first, what is it? The first 20 picks, I think we have it at. I forget exactly. That he will be a superstar, but that doesn't help when you can't actually train with the guy during the preseason, during training camp. So we're gonna have a little bit of a solution for you guys coming up here soon. Little verticals with the crosser from the tight end, do the check down cross. He might get himself in field goal range. He actually is close to it. He has one timeout left. He pretty much needs about just 20 yards or so, maybe less. 3-by-1, toughest formation, 3-by-1 nub. Figure hits him with a little bit of the wheel, post wheel route. Open, gets the big catch, timeout. Wow. I think that was man-to-man coverage, man. Who was that? Let me go look at my thing over here. Get some rosters up here. Making sure I know who's on what team. Looks like that was, I knew it was Quez, yep. I didn't know his number was 16, but yep, I knew that had to be Quez. Hit Quez on the little wheel route, which is obviously a good play this year. I think everybody knows that. Better get a quick little kneel. Oh, doesn't kneel it. I mean, doesn't clock it. Runs a play instead. Interesting. Why did he not clock it? Oh, he's going to get a touchdown. He's going to shut my ass up. I guess he knows best. That's the reason why the man's 14-1. Hits him with a little bit of the, looks like another mesh type route. Just hit him. And that was it. Was that an angle by the tight end? Yep, angle. So that was just a little, what we call trail concept over there. Post wheel on the other side. Down a low red zone. Just looks like a bunch of crossers, right? But then good job, good play call. Got me. I would have clocked it. It kicked the field goal. But he went one better and just called the play. I'll tell you what, Senio is going to be one of those guys that he's prepared probably better than most in this league, man. He's going to have a game plan. He's going to know his situations. He's going to be really good. His stream, guys in the league, he doesn't stream it live, so he can't do it. So, but what he does, he always uploads his games. So you'll see his games uploaded in his channel, which actually is pretty. I'm actually thinking about doing some of that stuff because the quality of his games, the film quality, the actual how it looks, that joint is butter. It's smooth. So I gotta check his settings because when I've uploaded film from my PS5, it doesn't look that good. It looks kind of blurry. Not blurry. It looks like it has like a sun fade on the background. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about. It looks kind of faded out. That's what I meant to say. It looks faded out. So I don't know what's up with that, but his film looks butter. But we got the live game right here. Everybody has to stream in the league. If you guys are interested in the league, leave a comment in the YouTube section down there. Just leave your name or something. Or join Discord and just send me a message on Geronimo22. Add me as a friend. We have a couple guys on the waiting list. We have a couple guys who already told me they're leaving next year. So about 3 or 4 guys, maybe right now confirmed 2. There's always 1 or 2 more who haven't told me yet. But you know, people got real life obligations. Stuff is all good. We have a good waiting list anyway. So all right, it's a big second half here. I'm gonna try to get through at least the rest of this quarter. I may not be able to get the whole game in, unless you want to hear my 5-year-old in the background here doing commentary with me. That might be fun.
Make sure that they get that going, so they truly have a control in this ball game, and down the stretch, being able to be balanced, either throw it or run it, and try and win this ball game.
They'll try and set up the screen to Swift.
I was about to say that. I thought that was an actual pass. That was a screen, the cross screen. I've never had success on the cross screen. I've always wanted to, man. Let me read the comments. I'm sorry I haven't been checking the comments.
Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular
Flex, you said quarters, and I'm not even going to say it. People got to read the stream. You think that really works, what you said with the shade? Oh, I missed what happened on this play. Look at the replay on the other side. He's going for a touchdown, boys. Are we live? Yeah, we're live. Let me just go back on that one. Replay. Looks like it's just a run play, huh? Oh, it's just a little counter play from the gun. Everybody got eaten up. Super blocks over there. A.J. Brown with a big block. And that was it. Took it to the house. Somebody's out. Who's that? Swift? Wait, that wasn't even his. That was his backup. Wow, didn't even notice. Swift is out for the game. And it looks like McLaughlin, whoever he is. Let me go take a look at that dude real quick. He's in the game now. Normal player, 76. He's a rookie. Was picked up in the second round, number 26 overall. He's got 94 speed, 93 acceleration. So this is a little bit of a sleeper as a backup right here. He has the speed. Doesn't really have the skills, but he has the speed. Doesn't have the juke or anything like that. But young player is about to see potentially a whole game here, a big game. Hopefully Swift is not out for the playoffs. That would be huge. But I think it was just a strain. I don't think it was a big-time injury for the Eagles, so he should be fine. He should be back next week. Little stretch play out of Deuce Close. 6 yards.
If you're in the offensive huddle, you're smiling after that play because you've certainly got them.
I don't know, man. I saw Betroit play some big games recently. He's been playing pretty well. I think he lost last week to the Bills, who have been playing well this year. New guy. Talks a lot. I like it. Very curious to see how he does in the playoffs. Jay Dizzle, right? But Betroit played him pretty well. Just didn't get the win. He could be a little rusty, man, coming back from vacation. So if we can get to these playoffs and get them done soon, I hope I can make the playoffs myself, but I'm out of here next Friday. So I'm out of here for like 5 days during Christmas. So hopefully we can get the playoffs done. I'll get my one. Hopefully I get one and done. Just be out and just get knocked out early from my 49ers. All right, little RPO action gives it. Probably should have thrown the bubble. But yeah, it'd be interesting, man. I'm curious. Plex is over here in the chat. He's the undefeated team.
They got to do a much better job in the run game.
Plex, you good, man, but I can't believe you're undefeated. That's kind of crazy. And I'll say what, I think Aaron Donald is your team MVP. Forget everything else. Having an interior line who's that good with Aaron Donald, I mean, he just makes life hell for everybody. That's like that. I'm not saying that's your. I'm not saying you don't know how to play defense because you're good at defense and you have good scheme, but he makes your defense really hard, man. Makes it hard to move the ball.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
All right, big play here. 3rd down. Needs this 1st down. Lots of mesh. That's basically what I've seen just from trying to multitask over here. I've seen a ton of mesh from our boy in Seattle. And the combination of coverages that Senio's running is good enough. 4th and 6, going for it here, down by a bunch of scores. Got to always check that 4th down rule, but I'm pretty sure he's okay here in this situation.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
17.
Curious decision to go
what
for
it
it, but it pays off with a 1st down. Both sides were holding their breath there on that 4th down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
Yeah.
And both knew exactly where the
second half down by 9 points. You can go for it anywhere on the field. We're good.
And try and keep people in front, but somehow,
these rules have changed like so many times over the cycles. I have to even check them myself, man. I ain't gonna lie.
Willis wants to pass it again.
Surprised he didn't throw that underneath in route right there. It was open.
partner just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they
It was
thought they
open.
were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
Thought this game would be a lot closer than this, to be honest with you.
Second down, here's Charbonnet. And just
Good
1
defense
yard
there,
here
big
from the
nickel over
49
G.
to the 50.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives.
Senio's one of those guys that he's in the sim layer, guys. If you guys want to come into the sim layer, he does a lot of good work over there. He posts a lot of information about different real life defenses, offenses, things like that. Something I really like about our league. We have like a channel that we just talk some real football too, and not just, you know, how it relates to Madden, but really more real football. Do the out route, that's good job, good patience on that. Riddick is hurt, that may not be good. And that's the one thing, you know, overall against a match team, you know, when you play match, one of your weaknesses are going to be the flat. You know, especially if you can attack the quarter flat defender, that's always going to be one of your weaknesses. Crossing routes, shallow routes, things like that are going to be your weakness as well. When I say crossing routes, I mean like shallows and drags, the drive, basic drive, different mesh combinations. It's tough, you know. The checkdowns to the running back, as you saw that play before, can kind of get you. You don't cover the right guy. There's other combinations I'm not going to talk about right now, but, you know, attacking the outsides are pretty easy versus it. Now, that's where cover 6 comes into play, cover 9 comes into play. From a defensive standpoint, now you have some trap defenses that can kind of take care of those routes. So it's just about, you know, timing, reading tendencies and things like that. Hits him a little halfback base, gets up in there, good yards. This is a big series right here. He needs to score here. It needs a touchdown, really, or else this thing could be, it's pretty much over. ADC, Aaron Donald, the thing about it is like the pass rush this year, that's where it comes from, his interior, you know, and he's the best. And that's where it's like, you drop back, I just feel like I'm going to get sacked eventually at some point, probably 3 or 4 times from Aaron Donald. You could try to double him, but then that frees up potentially somebody else coming scot-free with the way the O-line blocking is this year. That's something that I got to probably shore up in the offseason to get my O-line blocking down, because I've tried to make some adjustments, and I don't think I really fully understand how the game works when it comes to that. So,
you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender.
He's going to hit him with a little levels concept with the 7 behind it. Levels open right there. Do it kind of late. Bad throw.
This time it's incomplete.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him.
Nice job with the 3-lock mix right there. 3-lock's one of those players that can really take care of certain routes pretty well. It takes care of the strong combinations to the strong side. Backside's playing 3-match.
And they'll run on 3rd down with Charbonnet. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. 50 yards on the ground for him now, as he's done that on 15 carries.
Little 2-man down there, just playing it safe. Doesn't want to get beat. On a touchdown pass. 2-man with the nice disguise that was too, with the guys down. Shoot, I didn't know what defense it was until after I looked at the last play recall. Looks like he hit him. Was that power trap? I think it was trap. Yep, trap. I know Betroit, playing him a couple times. He's in my division, so I have to play him, obviously. He loves him some trap. He'll hit you about 2 or 3 a game, man. Maybe 4. You know, and you got to just hope that you can play it, that you're in the right defense when it hits you, man, because that play can pop. Everybody knows that. He's going to have to pop it. He's looking for the corner, but he's probably going to throw the check down to the back. Yep. That's what the defense is going to give up, boys. I'm pretty sure that was quarters or 6. Yep. So, I mean, that's the hard part, you know. That's the hard part. Even if you play cover 6, one thing I'll make a quick little suggestion, anybody who plays cover 6. Personally, I don't like the sync version of cover 6 versus tight formations. But I know it does help you with some deep corner out coverage. But I know that a lot of people are going to be throwing checkdowns. You know what I'm saying? A lot of shallow checkdowns, or at some point the ball is going to go to somebody crossing across the field under 5 yards. So if it happens to be going to the cover 2 side, I'd rather actually have that corner playing a hard flat or a cloud flat. Well, hard flat's very risky, I understand that, but like you need that help. And that's the point to me of playing cover 6, where at least half the field, you know that you have good underneath coverage. And then you can cover the other half of the field for the underneath coverage as well. So it's one of those things where you're not quite sure what you're going to get. Are you getting a guy who's going to want to throw corner routes? Or are you getting a guy that wants to check it down? And once you figure out what type of guy you're playing against, then you can kind of like scheme it up that way. Throws the slant route to spot A.J. Brown. That could have been really serious right there versus that cover one. Good read. Impressive. Got to cover. You got to get yourself some answers versus the 1-4 split formations that Senio is going to give you, or 4x1, some people will say. Basically, halfback aligned to the same side as the trips. See, this is what Betroit does. He comes out in his cover 0, and he doesn't disguise it, man, or he doesn't check out of it. That time he doesn't bring the full blitz. Still gets beat on a quick out. That reminds me, I need to do more of that stuff with Kittle, man. I need to put Kittle by himself and make people defend him. I think he checked into that play. I'm pretty sure that Senio checked into that play. I don't think that was the design. Pretty sure he didn't call it, but as soon as he shows him that obvious cover 0, you know, he just checks into a nice little quick play, a little quick out. Quick slants out to the tight end, wide open. Forces a ball there that could have been intercepted. That was his read. I guess he thought he had it.
He has been nearly impossible to throw on all year long. If it was me, I'd say he could go ahead and book that trip to the NFL.
That's an interesting decision to throw that ball right there. He's trying to go for the throat right there, but he wasn't really open.
Because he takes the ball away. Because he gets to the football. The only way
AD blows up the trap too. That's wonderful. You're just bragging right now, aren't you? You're just having a good old time over there, Plex. Having a good old time. Running rough shot in my league. Undefeated. Oh, wide open bubble. Try to set up the block.
This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
Well, you know, and I always feel like if somebody's running the RPO bubble stuff just enough, like 3 or 4 times a game, that's cool, man. But when people run it like 10, oh boy. You just happen to catch him in the wrong defense there. Throws the corner. Horrible throw again. God, Jalen Hurts. I thought about putting limits on the RPO bubble, but that's not right. Because somebody like Plex brought up a good point. Because a lot of people, especially back in past cycles, would cheat their entire defense. Like when you used to be able to base the line in our leagues, and then people would just basically come out in the dumbest ass defense and leave guys wide open and leave guys in the slot uncovered. And it's like, yeah, just throw the ball. I mean, like, it makes sense. So I understand the idea of sometimes RPO game is good versus people who don't know how to play defense, try to cheat their defense all day. And, you know, so it makes sense that you can't put limits on it. If I play somebody who's coming out and a really dumb defense and I can just RPO you all day, like, I mean, I'm going to kind of do it. Not to a point where it's like not being diverse enough, but I'm not going to not give it to the open guy either. So, you know what I'm saying? So I get it. Can't put limits on it, but I just want people to understand, like, not to use it as like, hey, I'm going to run this 20 times a game, and if you can't stop it, then that's on you, buddy, because then the game just turns into a real boring ass. You're an RPO, I'm in cover 1 all day, every play. You know what I'm saying? Or I'm just using it out there in the you know, using the bubble all day, every day, you know? When I was playing poorly the past couple weeks, which I was playing like crap, I threw one of those plays just like that. The ball went backwards. You ever see that animation? Ball was dropped by Ayuk, fumbled, picked up by the defense, touchdown. I was just like, okay. That's when you know that things aren't going well. When you can't even use one of the OP play of the game, it turns into a fumble. I'm gonna let it keep on running. I'm gonna go grab my oldest, so you might hear some noise in the background. I'll be right back. This game could still be a game here if Betroit can get his shit together.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Willis.
That should have been a pick.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Willis got to have this one. Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. Well, mistake there by the offense, Charles. They tried to pick on a Pro Bowl corner in coverage there, and not the smartest decision. He reminded him that he was a Pro Bowl corner with not only the pick, but the pick-6.
And those guys who have that designation, sometimes they get a little bit bored in games because people try to avoid them. They absolutely love it when they get challenged, and it's a chance to remind everyone exactly why they were tabbed as one of the best in the league the prior season.
Elliott good with a PAT, and that pushes the lead up to an even 20. So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Nixon now from his end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
At their own 24-yard line.
Here we go.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And that last pick-6 may have been the backbreaker as they now face a 3-score deficit in the 4th quarter. They need points quickly. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game. And that was a big talk, both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them, holding them under 200 today.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw and a good one.
The shotgun snap to Willis. And that is incomplete. He was out there waving his arms saying throw it here, dropped it, not a good look.
Well, all I can do is just look at him with contempt on that one. As a defensive back, I'm saying, not as an announcer, just like
really? What did I miss? Another touchdown by the Eagles, huh?
So,
God damn.
I think what happens is he just had too much time to think. He's wide open
the
now.
Dig route, he hot rodded to a slant.
Concentrate and drops it.
Would have came open.
They're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
I missed that play.
Try it here. He's
obviously.
Back to throw.
Run. Oh.
The Seahawks go for it.
Indecisive, man.
And the Eagles are going to take over.
This is not Betroit's best game, man. He's not looking, like I said, he's probably just a little rusty coming off vacation. Going up against a good opponent like this, man. I've seen him play better, so everybody has an off day, man. That's what it looks like to me.
It really doesn't.
That's what it looks like to me.
And try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game.
Okay. I happen to have one of those guys with that ability. But the flat KO ability, don't you need to you need to be in zone, right?
They'll run. It's McLaughlin. And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 20.
And if you're in zone, most of the time that's what happens to RPOs. That's how they get abused. If I'm in a curl flat, hard flat, seam flat.
Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to like.
I've seen people have some success against me when they call cover 2. And I'm not sure what type of cover 2 it is, but the corner, yeah, he's gonna get blocked, but sometimes he just kind of turns that play back in a little bit and makes it so that it's not so easy just to run to the sideline. I've seen that be something that's been pretty successful. Not pretty successful, but it's been annoying. Like I've had a couple RPOs that I've thrown. I'm like, oh, okay, and then I kind of get tackled for a 1-yard gain. I'm like, oh, what happened? And that, cover 2 sometimes works that way. An option play, Senio would do that to you just enough that you can't defend it. It's a speed option.
Brendan, every great running backs coach I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves.
So you're saying, like, if I had a guy in, let's say, cover 3, right, curl flat, he has the KO ability. You're saying that he's going to get beat because obviously he's going to play the run most of the time. But then when he comes back and recovers, he's going to come and knock the ball. No, it's going to be too late, right? Maybe I'm not following what you're saying. Quentin.
A great effort there with his second touchdown of the night. As his guys
the rookie is having his breakout game here, having to play because of injury. So this is going to be it here, guys. This game's pretty much done. Guys who had to pick him, I think most of the people pretty much picked Senio. I mean, the guy is 14-1, so it makes sense. Let me take a look at the pick'ems. Some people lost their. They're not going to get all 3 right. Let's go take a look real quick.
As well, some frustration showing through right now. This is going to be a roughing call.
Yeah, let's see. We got Betroit, Senio. We got enough Betroits in there.
After the touchdown, here's Elliott on
it looks like it's almost 50-50. To be honest with you. So the next 2 games are real life games. You got the Cowboys versus the Bills. I think that game is tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken. And then the Eagles and the Seahawks in real life are going to be playing just like this, which is funny, right? Eagles are going to be at the Seahawks in real life. I think that game is on Monday night, if I'm not mistaken. So guys got their bets in for that. I think if anybody missed, I might allow you just to bet on those 2 NFL games if you want. You know, might as well just open it up towards that. I might do that. If anybody missed, they'll get a chance to get their picks in time. You can still get something if you get those 2 right.
Now they'll start on the ground with Charbonnet. And up to the 30.
Yeah, he's running the ball. This is pretty much it for this game here, guys. Thanks for joining the stream, man. Appreciate you guys joining. People probably going to watch it later on. So we are in season 2, coming towards the end. And then I'm going to make the announcement in the chat, but anybody listening, we're gonna expand this front office a little bit. We actually feel like we're at the point in time after this is our 2nd cycle. So we feel good that everything is going smooth. We have 3 different committees, really. No, we have 2 different committees right now that are doing good work. Trade committee, scheduling committee, guys who are ownership that help out. So we are going to promote you guys, put them in the front office, give them some responsibility on top of what they're doing already, but a lot of it's going to be kind of like what they were doing already, just going to be the lead person with those things. So we're excited about that, and then that would also allow other guys who want to join the committees. If you guys want to join into the committees, you can. If you want to help out. The one thing I'm looking for, honestly, is a guy who can do some tech stuff, like but definitely has a good understanding of all the Neon stuff or all the Discord bots and things like that. Not my strength, I'm not gonna lie, but I do look up tutorials and try to figure that stuff out myself. I've been doing that for a while. Obviously, you see how the channel looks, but I'd like to get some other people who can help out with that stuff. You have some ideas, you guys run your own leagues, you have your own channels. We could always flare it up a little bit, make it look a little nicer, you know what I mean? So that might be a new committee that I might add as well. I'll talk to Feds about that. Kind of like a technical committee who can give ideas and kind of like do things like that. That would help out the league.
After the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way. On 3rd down, a run from Breida. And he can
so I'll make the announcement on who the new guys that are going to be in the front office are going to be after the Super Bowl. Okay, so after the Super Bowl is over, as soon as we hit the off season, we'll make that announcement. I'll say real quick, anybody listen to the stream, Rocket, I really wanted Rocket to join. The dude's run his own league. He's very active. Obviously, you guys seen his rankings and everything like that. The guys won Super Bowl. But, you know, he's going to be, he has work, man, you know, and he will be on the other side of the country working, protecting us, doing his thing for his country and for us for a couple months. So when he comes back, we'll see, you know, we'll get him right back up to speed as soon as he comes back, man. But he definitely would have been one of those guys if that didn't happen. Late touchdown. Good for the stats. I appreciate that Betroit is still playing, trying to play hard, man. But this game is pretty much locked up right here.
And the lead now down to 20. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Eagles dodge a ball.
I gotta study this onside kick stuff because there's some good ones in here, man. Some of those high kicks, I'm not gonna lie, I probably need to study that because that could be the difference between a win and a loss for somebody at some point here. We should all jump into special teams and try to figure that stuff out a little bit. I'm sure somebody on YouTube has probably broke it down already. So if you guys have any games, every game matters this week. I didn't talk about it. Like, I think every game except maybe one or two. And I was joking that the NFC South, where the leading team is 6-9, it's one of those divisions that happen every couple of years where like somebody's going to get in, have a home field game, and they were under 500. So because of that, though, every game this week pretty much matters. So if you guys can knock that out, man, hopefully by tomorrow, you can advance tomorrow night. That would be nice if you can advance early, but if you can't, I understand. Just schedule your games by tomorrow. Like, make sure you have it set. You're going to play on Monday. At least make sure it's in the thread that you're going to play on Monday by tomorrow night. If that makes any sense. Oh, A.J. Brown. Got to take those guys out. That's something that I think I've heard lots of people talk about it, and I think I see a lot of injuries in the fourth quarter, man. Take your guys out when you're up by multiple scores. Don't play with your starters in this situation. So Senio should have at least manually subbed out A.J. Brown. You know what I'm saying? I would even sub out somebody like, you know, back spasm's not bad, lucky, but I've seen guys go down for multiple weeks for playing in garbage time, man. I'll be honest with you, I think it'd be cool. I'll be okay if I see a guy who's up big on me and pauses the game and just does all the substitutions for his entire team. I would sit there and wait because I get it, man. Nobody wants to lose somebody on garbage time, man.
3 for 7 so far in this game. Here it's 3rd and 2.
All right, let me check the chat over here.
They'll keep it on the ground. McLaughlin. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down and a yard. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They've got a 4th down here in a game that looks to have been decided already. And on 4th down, they come up and
takes the knee.
So they were really trying to
way too good sportsmanship there. Doesn't kick the field goal. He could have kicked the field goal, and I would have been mad. But you know what? This game's over, man. We'll see if Betroit just gets some work here. He's probably going to go down the field to get some work in because he needs to get himself back on track. He's going to be a playoff team. I think. This might actually hurt his playoff chances, to be honest with you. Let me take a look at that. My division. He had control of the division, obviously, but then he went on vacation. I think I said that already. Let's look at these standings real quick.
1st and 10, it's Willis. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
All right, so let's take a look real quick. He didn't have control of the division. I forgot about the Rams. Sorry, I keep forgetting about you, Plex. So the Rams is right now 15-0. He's 9-6, and I'm 9-6 as well. So we're tied for 2nd. But I think when it comes to the wild card, we are both pretty much in control of our own destiny here.
2nd and 10.
If he wins his next game, I'm pretty sure he's in no matter what. And I have to win my next 2 games to be in. So there's a chance that I may not make it myself, I think. There's a couple teams with 8 losses. The Commanders, Cardinals, and the Cowboys. So I beat the Commanders. Forgot about my Cardinals game. I think I might have won that game. I don't know. I don't remember. I don't think I played Dallas this year. So there's a chance I may not make it with my team with the Niners. We'll see how that goes.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away
Meanwhile, the NFC South is going to put a team in there probably with like 10, 12, 10 or 11 losses. They're going to be six. They're going to have freaking 10 losses, 11 losses, and make the playoffs.
Fourth down, Willis.
There it goes. That's it, boys. All right, good game, fellas. Everybody who put Senio is happy that they might be able to get a nice little parlay. We'll see how that goes. And everybody that believed in Betroit is upset at Betroit right now. So have a good weekend, fellas. Enjoy your weekend. Knock these games out. Got football on right now. NFL is on right now. We'll watch that game for a little bit. And hopefully we can knock this thing out, be in the final week next week, and then start the playoffs hopefully by Tuesday, Wednesday. That'd be great. That'd be great. We can start the playoffs by Wednesday. If I make the playoffs, I'll get my one and done real quick. Get in and get out, and keep it moving. All right. I'll talk to y'all fellas later, man. If you have any questions, concerns, just put it in the comments. If you have any, if you want to join the league or anything like that, just put your name down there, or give me your. Join my Discord or join Discord and send me a message and let me know that you saw the stream and you'd like to join the league. All right, it's a good sim league. We got guys who are working hard to keep it fun as much as possible. We know Madden is not a great game this year, but you know, you just watch that game, and if you like the way it was played, you know, come join us, man. All right. Let me see if anybody's saying anything in the chat real quick.
They're just meant for the big stage, and when they get a chance
to play this time, guys in the chat, thanks for joining. All right, Quentin, Devin, Plex, everybody else who was in there, and everybody who watches it later, man. Talk to y'all later, man. Peace.
They move to a sparkling 15-1 with one game still to go in the regular season.